June 25th, 1952, Yankee Stadium, New York. Joey Maxim, world's light heavyweight champion, defends his title against the challenger, Sugar Ray Robinson, in a scheduled 15-round bout. Ruby Goldstein, the referee. Round one. They meet at the center of the ring, and you can see that Robinson, in dark trunks, is almost as tall as Maxim. Robinson, the middleweight champion, stands 6 feet, just an inch shorter than Maxim. But there's a big difference in their weight tonight. At the weigh-in, Maxim tipped the scales at 173 to Robinson's 157.5, giving the light heavyweight champion a 15.5-pound advantage over Sugar Ray. The question tonight is, can the good little man beat the good big man? The experts say he can, for Robinson is the slight favorite. He has won the welterweight title, now holds middleweight honors, and is determined to join the charmed circle of Triple Crown winners. You can see that Robinson is effective at long range. His forte is speed and maneuverability. But when they get in close, watch Maxim wrestle and throw his weight against the lighter man. The temperature at ringside is 104 degrees, the hottest June 25th ever recorded in New York. It's a virtual cauldron beneath those lights, and the intense heat is bound to take its toll. Again, they move to close quarters. Maxim pins Robinson's left arm and wails away with his own left. A partial slip by Robinson. Maxim's glancing left hook knocked Sugar off balance as he was going backward. Maxim keeps moving in, trying to stay at close quarters so he can use that weight advantage. Robinson keeps moving, dancing, punching. He's called the dancing master. Watch his footwork, up on his toes, bouncing. But how long will he be able to stay up there? He's the one doing most of the moving, but on a hot night like this, judgment of pace can be a telling factor. In round two, we see the same pattern unfolding, the same strategy. Robinson, the master mover, the superb stylist, continues his boxing lesson, while Maxim plods forward, attempting to come to close quarters so that he can use his weight advantage to wear Robinson down. They touch gloves, each feeling he had hit the other on the break. Both landing solid left hooks, with Robinson scoring the crisper punches. You notice that referee Ruby Goldstein, trying to keep all punches in sight, does a lot more moving than Maxim. Watch how he makes a little hopping turn as the battle shifts around the ring. Robinson comes up with a beautiful left-right combination to the jaw. That combination is one of the most powerful weapons in his arsenal of punches. You see how much more moving Robinson does than Maxim? But how long can he keep it up in this 104-degree heat? Stamina is what counts, and while both are in superb condition, neither man is young for a fighter. Robinson, 31 years old, Maxim, 30. 48,000 fight fans sweltering here in Yankee Stadium. 48,000 fans who have paid a total of $422,000 to see this contest for the world's light heavyweight crown. No radio or home television coverage. Maxim working close again, pinning Robinson's arms and leaning heavily upon him. Robinson can infight all right, but it's to his advantage not to do so against a heavier man. Sugar Ray gets in some good right uppercuts before the bell. Round 3, and now you're beginning to see a change in tactics. Robinson's using his jab more and ducking, where in the first 2 rounds, he was continually dancing. Here, perhaps, is the first telltale sign that Ray realizes the need to pace himself, to slow down a bit because of the heat. No change in Maxim's style, though. Maxim, in the light trunks, keeps trying to work close and throw his weight against the smaller man. These are the instructions of his canny manager, Jack Doc Kearns, famous as the old-time pilot of Jack Dempsey. Ruby Goldstein, the 3rd man in the ring. Robinson goes to work on Maxim's midsection. But Maxim seems unaffected, unhurt by that barrage of punches. Robinson got over a terrific right to the jaw. One of his best punches, and certainly the best punch of the fight up till now. You might almost compare this fight with the classic race between the tortoise and the hare of Aesop's fable. In Robinson, we have the flashing speed and agility of the hare. In Maxim, the plodding technique of the tortoise. The hare nearly won the race, and in the final seconds of the 3rd round, the fight so far belongs to Sugar Ray. Robinson begins round 4, still shooting hard rights to the jaw, still up on his toes, still full of bounce. Ray comes from Detroit, Michigan. He began his professional career in 1940, and in 134 fights since, has lost only 2, with 2 draws and 1 no decision. He's never been knocked out. Ray Robinson's real name, Walker Smith. Maxim, you notice, is now attempting to move in, not only for the purpose of using his weight, but to land a few body punches that will take some of the steam out of Robinson. This is the 100th fight for Joey Maxim, who was born Giuseppe Antonio Berardinelli. A Cleveland boy, he turned pro at 18 and was called Maxim by a local sports writer because his left-hand shots resembled a Maxim silencer, striking with machine gun speed. Maxim, by the way, has unusually small hands for a fighter. You can see Sugar doesn't like to work in close. In the clinches, he keeps pulling his head back. Maxim doing very little punching to the head, concentrating on the body. Robinson got in 2 lefts in a row. Missed his right. Experts call Robinson one of the greatest at throwing a punch while in retreat. He's very accurate with both hands while moving backward, catching a man coming in. He backs away from that one with just a few seconds remaining in the round. Robinson picking up the pace a bit in round 5. Still on his toes, still sharp. His superior speed and timing still very much in evidence. You notice Maxim holds his guard well up. He's been taking some solid shots to the head, but evidently doesn't feel that Robinson has the power to hurt him in the body. In the dark trunks, misses a right hand. And watch how quickly Maxim pulls him in close, still trying to throw his weight upon the lighter man. Notice the variety of punches used by Robinson and the different angles from which he fires them. For weeks, he's been studying movies of Maxim's earlier fights, and he feels he knows the champion's style, move for move. His boxing tonight certainly proves it. Robinson became middleweight champion of the world by knocking out Jake LaMotta in 13 rounds back in 1951. Maxim took the world's light heavyweight title away from Freddie Mills a year before in London. Round 6, and already you see a continuation of the same strategy we found in earlier rounds. Robinson's aim? To outbox and outspeed Maxim, a heavier man with a 15.5-pound advantage. Maxim's aim? To use that weight advantage as a means of wearing down his lighter, faster adversary. Robinson throwing in that right-left combination, then stepping back out of range. There he goes again with a left. Robinson still full of bounce, still moving deftly, anticipating his opponent's moves. See how Sugar rolls with a punch? How he moves back from Maxim's left hook? As we near the end of round 6, the fight so far easily belongs to Sugar Ray. The ability of the cornermen in a long, grueling fight in such high temperatures is going to mean a great deal in the clutch rounds ahead, as we'll see. Remember, it's 104 degrees under those lights. Here in round 7, we see the same pattern, but you notice that Robinson has slowed down the pace a bit. He's punching a little more flat-footed, but still moving, presenting an elusive target. left jab of Robinson snaked in so fast before that last clinch, it was little more than a blur to the eye. You could barely see it. Maxim, in light trunks, is taking a pounding as Robinson beats him to the punch. Blows that knocked out Rocky Graziano, that stopped Jake LaMotta, are being absorbed by Maxim as he moves in for more. The fast pace and overwhelming heat have slowed down referee Ruby Goldstein. The little hop that Ruby always takes when he makes a turn in the ring is gone. Beautiful barrage to the body by Robinson. Robinson moves in circles behind his left hand, but Maxim continues to press him. Notice how the cornermen stay with their fighters with wet towels and sponges until the last split second. Round 8. Robinson, still the sharper puncher, still the complete boxer, but slowing just a bit from the early pace. Referee Ruby Goldstein has slowed up perceptibly. Maxim still relying primarily upon his 15.5-pound weight advantage and his great physical condition. Robinson still firing to the head. He used body punches earlier, but they seem to have had no effect on Maxim. That's the third time in this round Maxim has worked his way in, forcing the referee to intercede. Round 9. You get a good idea of how still and humid the air is by watching the cigarette smoke rising from the working press section. I was at ringside that June 25th and read the thermometer with my own eyes. 104 scorching degrees. Robinson throwing fewer and fewer right hands now. He's still moving well, but he's relying mainly upon his left, using it more and more as a defense mechanism to keep Maxim away. And so we see another telltale sign that the lighter man is feeling the heat and the pace. But he is far in front on the scorecards of the 3 officials and on the cards of the majority of the newspapermen covering the fight. Maxim gets in a light hook to the jaw, and you can see that Robinson, in dark trunks, is slow getting out of there. Both land with rights as they come to close quarters. Despite the fact that he has slowed down considerably, Robinson still is landing more punches than Maxim. The ratio is about 2 to 1. Big bluish welts are beginning to form under Maxim's eyes. He feels those punches thrown by Sugar. A nice right to the body and a left to the head by Robinson. The end of the round. Coming up, one of the most dramatic rounds of the fight. Robinson's manager, George Gainford, Big George, as he's called, barks last-minute instructions. And there's the bell. Round 10. Maxim looking for the opening, trying to get inside, still keeping his guard high. He's landing those left hooks to Robinson's head. You notice that Robinson, who was trying to stay away before, now is doing a little holding himself. They wrestle to the ropes. Maxim leans on him with both arms. Referee Goldstein is in obvious distress now. He's holding on to the ropes, barely following the fighters in this staggering heat.